What's happening?
Yeah. Yeah. Breaker, no South Jersey checking in. Danny in the shop where the real ones begin. 454s, 2290s, 28s, heading knocks. All eight, she's hitting hard. Melting mud duck slides. Eddie the man with that Dave May flair. Old school vibe, 90 smoke in the air. Forget that weak 6 pill, high Q noise. This that Jersey Bill heat for the real convoy. Yeah, who I set up, but don't be a clown. Conex 3300 HP Max will shut you down. Core 29, Galaxy to the dome. PCC 66 or that Ranger Top 1 Chrome. Key it down, watch the mud ducks fall. South Jersey amps, yeah, the story gets told. Bleed over burden, watch it strong. 1, 2, 3 style, that skip rolls on. Key it down, watch the mud ducks fall. South Jersey amps, yeah, the story gets told. Bleed over burden, watch it.
Alright, what's going on, guys? We're trying to get this one done. I'm going to dive right into this. Alright. Get this everything cooked in here. Alright guys, here we go. This is just in time. What's happening, Scott? In the nick of time, I had they got the call to do this raffle with Ivan over at Black Hat Radio, and I think the call was like, we talked about it like a week before, and said, yeah, I'll start gathering some stuff up, and I have other projects going on, and he said, all right, gave me a go-ahead on Friday. It's Monday. So I didn't want to let the guy down. He's running a raffle tonight. It filled up and sold out. In the game, how a game plays is he sells it out. He spins the wheel the next day. So that's pretty much how he does it. Ivan has been in and out of the hospital. So for everybody has been waiting for him to come back and start doing raffles again, and especially with me, well, we're back in play again, and hopefully he's doing a lot better. So good for you, Ivan. Thank you for doing this raffle. So with that said, this is the same combination I've had in the past, and we'll run it up again, and we'll show you guys everything. So the difference is this testing I'm going to do tonight is going to be live on an antenna. So I'm going to show you, I got a 25 watt slug in here, boom, boom, it's in there, so it's all locked in. So that's going to my antenna, so we're going to show this live. Apparently some folks have problems with their antenna systems, and amplifiers kind of don't want to work out very well. So if you're the guy that says, oh, I don't know what my standing wave is, or jumper length don't matter, all of these things matter. All right, so what I cover in the video is very important. It's a good baseline setup that you guys can take and get into. And if you don't care and you just like spending money on equipment and breaking it and paying more money for the mailman to bring it somewhere or get it fixed, and keep on keeping on what you're doing. So these videos are really taken to help you guys get up to speed on not only my systems, but maybe the one that you have. You're going to have some common ground here in this video. Everything that I do may or may not work on your system. It all falls down to what you have on the roof of your house, or roof of your truck or car. So when you have antenna systems, we know we have to do it right. Well, why would you spend all of that time tuning your antenna and then go and grab just any jumper and put it in between the two boxes? Well, it don't matter. It does. It truly does. And if you say that jumpers don't matter, then why do you bother tuning your antenna? I'll just kind of leave it at that. All right, so here's two little 1446 box. I speckled the board just because it's a raffle box. That's what I'm doing with the South Jersey raffle boxes for Ivan. I'm speckling the board on them so we can tell, hey, this one here was one of those raffle boxes, if it ever gets sold off and someone shows pictures of it, which is fine. It's their equipment. They can do whatever they choose to with it afterwards. But with that said, you take and you have a unique board like this, we know exactly what it is. So that's why I did this little fingerprint on this unit. So it says 100 amp power supply, 120 volts. These things truly work way better at 240 volts, but this gets the job done for what we needed here. We're going to run this unit at right around 14.8, and it should hang out right around in that area. The studs come in the back. You could hook a radio up to it. I probably would say get your own power supply or base radio. This one actually is getting raffled with a Cobra 2000, which that's why I'm going to run my Cobra 148. It's a very, very good equivalent to a Cobra 2000. So as far as the outcome of the RMS power and the peak power, so this will give us a good perspective of what we're going to look at when that customer or that raffle winner, the grand prize winner, the Cobra 2000 base station, and this 123 Jersey base 4 transistor unit auto sideband, and then the 1446 sideband delay capable as well. It's all automatic, so you don't have to do anything. You switch right into it. But what I do tell guys to do, if you're going to go from sideband from AM, just take your potentiometer and roll it down halfway. Now, I'm telling you this because I'd like to see this unit survive more than a week. Now, you can crank it up and it'll probably take it for a while, and then something's going to give up. Don't know what, but something will give up. So if you're in sideband, you want to cut your drive down. That's why I did the system like this, so you can back this down, or simply don't even use the driver and go to sideband. And we'll look at all the numbers on sideband and on AM with just each piece individually, and then both of them together. So let's go ahead and set some things up, throw some lids on here, and move some things out of the way, and we will take and fire in the hole. All right. Hold on one second. All right. What do we do here? All right. This radio is not a big pounder. I'm trying to figure out what I said what we're going to do here is how I'm going to take and measure that radio. The peak. Let's see if I can get this one to work. No, that one. Oh, shoot. I didn't think about this one too much. Audio. That's showing 50 watts of peak. That's can't be right. Audio. It's showing 50 peak. Let me try another slug in there real quick. I apologize for this. Let me move something around here. Boom. Let's see what this little 100 watt does. Alright, I'm going to reset this. Reflection. Yeah. Alright, there's 100 watts. Let's see what it's doing now. Okay, radio. 34 peak, and I'm on sideband. Go to AM. Audio, 38, audio 1, 2, audio. Oh, let's say 32, AM, we're going to sideband again. Audio. Same difference. 32 watts peak. RMS, what this says. Audio, I don't even know if I was in there. Audio. 7-8 watts bird RMS. And sideband. Audio. You can't see RMS ain't there for sideband. All right, here's tweaker. This is a radio, all right? So from this radio, to get into phase angles real quick, from this 148, I'm running a half a wavelength of coax right here going into this little 2-pill driver. Half a wavelength, or layman's terms, it's 12 foot. Well, do the mathematical equation, you're going to come up to right around 12 feet. So that'll get you in the ballpark. And then coming out of this unit, I'm running another half a wavelength to the input of this box. Yeah, they're sitting right next to each other, but it requires a half a wavelength. So don't say, hell, Dan, you don't know what he's talking about. I'm putting a 3-footer in there. It ain't blowing nothing up because I got a dozy and you cannot see what you're doing to it. So let's keep on going. I gotta take this 100 out of here. Let's see here. I can maybe leave it. Okay, so we'll go to RMS. Have this wire open. All right, and here is AM. Here's a driver. Hello, 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 hello. All right, here's just a driver right here. Two 1446s. This is going to show me 250 watts. It's going to show me my drive level going into it. All right, and then I'm going to have a there's 5 watt slug going back to the driver, and then 250 is going to show you the input drive level on RMS. Here we go. Audio, 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 audio. So yeah, I have this box controlled, and I didn't really want it to do more than 75 watts, but with this particular radio, it set me up right about 60 audio, 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 about 62, 63 watts with this 148. Now, if I went over to sideband, I won't be able to take and read that meter anymore because it's not going to be accurate. So let's look at the digital real quick. Audio, 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 audio. So I'm showing 58, 59 watts RMS. Let's see what the little peeker tweaker has to say about this. Peeking, tweaking, tweaking, tweaking. So it's showing over 121 watts of peak. So I'll actually have a lot more peak than what that slug is there. But I could borrow this 250 out of here. We'll do that. All right, I can put the 100 back here. Okay, good enough. So we'll go back up here, reset. Go to 250 now. Okay, here we go. Tweaker, 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 tweaker. All right, 222 watts on AM, it says on peak. And let's see what the RMS reads. 250 watt slug. Audio, audio, audio. Well, right there what I said, about 62 watts or so. So that's cool. Now we take and go into the other portion of this unit. You know what, I can leave this in here for a moment. Now, that was just a driver. All right, that was just a driver all by itself, wide open, on AM and sideband. And again, I'll take it, I want to show you something. On AM, here's your peak. Okay, 250 watt slug. Double check that. Yes, okay. And here we go, audio, 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 pika, 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 pika. Now that's AM. What happens on sideband? Audio, 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 audio. It's an identical number, all right? But why can't you put all of this drive into these 4 transistors on sideband? Because you're not using no energy whatsoever. What's going on, Kyle? You're not using any energy at all for a carrier. And you're given, and this amplifier sees everything that's coming out of this. So why is it handled on AM and not sideband? It's wise to back your drive down on when you're on sideband versus AM, because you have to use a carrier. So you're using the signal, some of the signal is coming out of this driver just for a carrier. If you don't put very much, you go, oh look, I got a big old swinger. And it don't sound too good over the air. It sounds like you're in a wind tunnel. All right. So again, on sideband, you're going to do the same amount of peak on sideband, audio, 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 audio. All right, 225. Then you would on AM. This is just a unit by itself, audio, 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 audio. All right, you see the peak was just a smidge more than that digital on the RMS. All right, just a little bit. Now, if I were to shut this off and just turn on the 4 transistor unit and do the same test, we're not going to see big power. We're going to see almost the same amount of power as that little 2 transistor unit. Why? Because this radio has to feed 4 transistors now. All right, once you dusty, a lot of pollen. See, it's all yellow. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this in RMS now. Audio, audio, audio. Why did it show me only 100 and something? Audio, audio. Look, I got up here. I got 100 and audio. That's 1,000. That's 140. Audio, audio. Something's not right here. All right. Audio, tweaker, 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 tweaker. 302. Audio, 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 audio. That's what that meter's wanting to show me. That was 100. Audio, audio, audio. Oh, that's the driver's side. All right. So anyway, I'm confusing myself, so I'm going to keep on moving. Let's get this out of here. Let's move on up. Take this and put it back in there because I'm really used to looking at this. Stranger's away. All right, now we are on AM, and we are on just this box here. Still. Look at this one more time. Audio. Something ain't not working on in the wrong slugs now. There we go. There we go. Audio. There's the 200. Audio. Alright, let's see the peak. This is the big box by itself. Audio. So 600 on AM. The driver's off. So the RMS suffers. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 pills and I can't make 400. No, you don't have enough drive. Now you say, well, let's look at my peak. Because everybody likes that damn peaker tweaker, man. That little troll is just eating all you guys' brains away. Audio peaker tweaker. All right. Now that was 600 watts peak with just the radio on AM. Now what's going to happen if I go to sideband? Audio peaker tweaker. 650, a little bit more. What's my antenna doing up here? 25 watt slug. Going backwards. Hello. About 3/4 of a watt reflection on my main antenna. So that's pretty cool. Now, what's going on, Adam? Now let's take and go into the next portion of the test. Now we're going to go over to AM, make sure we're in AM because my amplifier is wide open right there. So let's set a carrier. Wow, man, where do you set your carrier at? I don't know. Well, let's say we don't have none. All right, we probably won't have much. All right, there's a little something. There's a 1,000 watt slug. Take off my glasses because this is really messing with me, bifocal. All right, so 1,000 watt slug, top scale, each line is, bottom scale, each line is 20 watts. Yes sir, audio, I am on AM, audio. So it's showing like 380 on that 1,000 watt slug. Let's see what this one says on the video. Audio, 400. All right, let's see what the peaker tweaker is here on the antenna now. Antenna, peaker tweaker. All right, so 1150, 1200, and my antenna is still hanging really nice. I'm actually on AM. Hello. All right, so about 1 watt, half watt, 1 watt, half watt. Yeah, each line's a half. So let's go to sideband. But over here, turn that back, just like that. That easy. Now, peeking and tweaking, sidebanding, peeking tweaking, audio, peeking tweaking. So 10, 50, and that's on sideband. Now, if you turn this open, you could damage the unit. You could literally overdrive it. Now, I'll show you real quick. Tweaker. Didn't help you none. You notice that it didn't help you none. So if you roll it back, tweaker. See? So the guy that's going to get this, the winner chicken dinner, go to sideband, man. Please try to remember. Back that up. You're good to go. You are good to go. Now what happens if I back it all the way down? You really want to be good. Watch this. Back all the way down. What'd I do? I took a couple of 100 watts off of this. Audio, 1, 2. So just to give you an idea, this is that much greater for taking turning it up on sideband. Not really helping you much. Audio, a little bit, a few 100 watts, peeking, tweaking. All right, now you say, let's run that same test on AM. Now remember, this isn't the hottest performance radio, but that's okay. What I'm gonna do, AM. All right, halfway open. Get a carrier, and I'm gonna get back to that carrier thing. A little something here, okay? And AM audio, tweaker. All right, you hear the background, I got my SDR running. All right, RMS, audio, tweaker. All right, so let's say we just did 350 watts RMS, okay? Yes, sir. All right. Now, to set your carrier, take the potential out of your radio, the best thing to do is just back it down. Now, key it up, nothing's gonna happen. Turn it, it should engage. There it goes. There's a 200 watt carrier. About 150. There's about 150 watts. Audio. This is how the old bird meter's working. So, going back to RMS. Audio. Only halfway. Audio. Alright, so I got that halfway. Now I know my radio's cranked up, So let's just take a look. Let's see. Here's a 5-watt slug. Let's just take a look at where my radio is actually dead keying right now. Ooh, baby! Why did I have to dead key that much? Because if you take this, and it's called attenuation, and you back it down, you're putting resistance on your circuit. So that means you have to feed to get a carrier up, more carrier into this unit to get somewhat of a carrier. Now, you have to reverse what you did when you do what? Your radio's way up. Again, that bugger's almost 5 watts, okay? Now, if I took and turned this on, just for kicks, we'll look at a carrier on a 250 watt slug. About 14 watts. So what do you think 14 watts is going to do to this 4-pill? Here's a 1,000 watt slug. Let's see that carrier jump. Yes, sir. All right, let's get some audio. Remember, my potentiometer is halfway. Audio, 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 audio. All right, doing 300. What's going to happen now if I turn that open? Remember, I have almost a 5-watt carrier going now into this driver with very little limiting potentiometer, about 33 ohms to be exact. What's going to happen? Things going to head for the right? Yep. And I came out of it quick. I didn't want to take and dive bomb the amplifier. So, what do? You set your carrier down to minimum. Your finger on it. Key up and set a carrier. Something. Keep turning. There it is. Alright, so that's about a 120 watt carrier right there. And I'm going to modulate audio, 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 audio. So 120 to 150 watts, a nice carrier level. Let's see what it here. Tell me about 200 and swing it up to 4. Exactly half. Break up, break up. Now, all the peeker tweakers in the world. There you go. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. 1, 2, 3, peeker tweaker. All right, so we're peeking and tweaking. We covered coax, covered dead key. Potentiometer is very important. Go to sideband, back it all the way down, at least halfway. Try not to go over that. The unit will stay together for a super, super duper long time. So, I'd probably suggest, this is just a suggestion, because I got a lot of stuff running on this line here. It keeps on going. Okay, so a few times you get keyed up on sideband, you see my lights flicker a little bit because it's all tied into that. So if you have a good circuit that don't have a lot of service on it, it'd be your best performance out of this unit. If your line voltage feeding the unit sags, amplifier's going to sag. So anyway, you cut it. This was in a nick of time raffle. He put it together quick, a lot quicker than I was expecting. That was Sunday night, and I'm sitting here building an amplifier. I was like, oh, I gotta get this done before 8 o'clock tomorrow. He said I didn't have to, but I don't want to let anybody down. So, especially the winner of the raffle, because it'll be going out the next day, whoever wins it. So, tomorrow, this thing's heading out the door. So, there you go, Ivan. Hope you're very happy with that. Molly's out sunning. She's hanging out in the shade. She's under her tree out in the front yard, chilling like a villain. But, Ivan, thank you very much again for taking and giving me the opportunity to do these raffles with you and giving other people opportunities in their own rights to take and maybe get some equipment that they may or may not be able to afford. And that's kind of a big deal, and especially in today's world. So I do put a lot of love and care into how I do these units. I try to check everything. And with that said, all of these tests today were done on my antenna. All right, so someone can't say, oh, you don't test on an antenna. I try to. Sometimes I miss them, man, and I can't stand it when I take and I get a call and like, hey, I got a little bit of a problem. It's happened. I'm human. All right, so there you have it. You have 2 studs in the back, and they're clearly marked positive and negative in the back. Do not hook them up backwards. Do not let anything fall on this. If you want, you make maybe a little rubber flap, piece of rubber. I haven't come up with a good solution for this. This is how we've always did it for years. Most people are being responsible to protect their investment, but for some reason, if this does short out, the power supply will shut down. But if you hook this stuff up backwards, there's no saying that what's gonna happen, because I ain't never tested that. I don't think I'd take and never want to take and waste that kind of money just to find out. It may shut off and save your box, but it may not. So just make sure you hook up red to the positive and black to the negative, and you're good to go. This is just a dummy switch. It's not doing anything. I don't think I like that switch to turn this unit on and off. I have a good motor switch in here. It's definitely can handle all of what's happening. Obviously, I have lots of them in my power supplies. So there you have it. I'm gonna let you guys go and roll, and let Ivan take and get this game going. He's doing this at 8 o'clock at Black Cat Radio on his Facebook page. So if you have some tickets for that, you might want to take and view the actual drawing instead of saying found out like the lotto. I didn't win. I have to go to work in the morning. So there you go, guys. Take care. God bless. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Maybe learned a little something. If not, let me know. Maybe I'll try to fit it in the next video if I miss something. Put it in the notes and comments. God bless. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube page, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you're on Facebook and you don't do YouTube, stay on Facebook. These videos will disappear in 30 days. But they will not from my YouTube. So there you go. 123 Built Chicago YouTube. So there you go. Catch you guys. I'm out of here.
To the key down, let's get it.